Alright, so I was doing a routine heat check on a steam boiler, natural gas, and what I usually do is I drain it um, while I'm cleaning it out, and just to make sure the low water cutoff is working, 24 volt and automatic feed. It sensed it. Once I drained it, it kicked on the automatic feed. I got to the proper height to shut off, but the automatic feed never shut off. So then I pulled the wires, and it still was running kind of like this. So that's telling me the solenoid valve is stuck. So we're going to replace that. There's the new one. Let's see the new one. What I'm probably just going to do is either cut it here and put a coupling, or cut it here and put a coupling. I'll probably cut it down here and thread this off, or vice versa, but and throw the new one on and rewire it. 24 volt. It's a good thing that we did this. She didn't have the heat on. We replaced this boiler in 2005. Last year the block cracked and we replaced the block in this. And then if this would have continued running, the automatic feed with the solenoid were stuck, the whole steam system would have been full of water and it would eventually flood it out. So it's a good thing that we did this heat check and noticed this, and she didn't turn it on before we got here to check it all out, because it would have been a disaster. Just making sure it works. Making sure it stops at the right level. There she is. Should stop right about here. Yep. Damper's opening. Got ignition. Now let's try this again. When that water level gets below there, burner should kick off, damper should close, and refill. There it is, off. Damper's closed. Cheers. is opening. Yeah, 2005 we put this in. I see it stopped at where the water level is. Put this little mark here. You can manually put it in either through a bypass that we installed. If this is to ever go bad and it's on a weekend or we don't have the part, you can manually put water in it to the right level. But if it is functioning, you can just push this button and hold it in and get the water level a little bit higher. I got just under like 3/4. And it's going to fluctuate up and down once it heats up. What's nice about this too, we piped it from the hot water feed off the water heater. So when you go to do your draining and refilling, if the boiler is hot, you don't want to put cold water in it right away because you could crack the heat exchanger. Or if it's hot water, that won't happen. But that's where we're at. It's a good thing that we caught this when we did because it could have been a disaster. Now, if she was running her heat and the water level, which eventually would have gotten lower than the sensor, the low water cutoff, and then it would have sent 24 to the feeder, but that's what happened when I was doing the heat check and it got stuck, the solenoid. If that was to happen, it would have filled up all this piping and leaked and been a flood. So it's a good thing that she had us out prior to putting the heat on, making sure it was up to par and do a little cleaning. So that's why I like to go through that routine. This is what I made. Just put a coupling here. I was able to thread this off, keep this where it was, and thread a new piece. Thread a new water feeder on. So I'm just going over, making sure all the radiators will get hot, that the vents are working upstairs, and that'll be it. Call this a wrap, but make sure that's not leaking too. Or that, or the mud loop. Alright guys, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Later. Guys, I'm just getting done with that steam boiler repair, that automatic feed. It's a good thing that she didn't turn that heat on, like I said a few times in the video before. Got it checked out before she did because, like I said, it would have been a big problem if that would have that low water would have sensed it and kicked on our automatic feed, and that solenoid wouldn't have closed and it continued to fill. And it's been water everywhere. She actually had that problem a long time ago. She did mention to me with her father, same type of thing, but the valve just had a regular bypass and he left it open or added too much water to it. So she pretty much knew that it was a must need, and just very, very glad that she did call before she put the heat, because it was believe it or not, today is 10/6 Monday, 2014. So Sunday night it got down to 36 degrees when I woke up this morning. A little chilly, so it's a good thing we got out there and did the heat check and caught that. Most guys wouldn't have gone through the process. They would have put the thermostat on, they would have fired up and cleaned it up and been on the merry way. But those things need to be checked. Those are very important. The flue damper, opening and closing, the low water cutoff, and the automatic feed is very important on a steam system. So, all right, guys, just want to give you a little thing. If you guys want me to go through the low water cutoff and automatic feed, how that works in more detail with the 24 volts. The solenoid is supposed to be closed. Um, when it gets energized from the low water cutoff, it opens. Um, that's the sensor, and basically the 24 goes up to the automatic feed and opens and closes when it's sensed and not sensed. So that's just a quick run through of how it works, but if you wanted me to go in more detail, I will. So hope you guys liked.